Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers the magazines for kids who are 17. But I don't know what to do. I'm staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. They are certain of what awaits them when it all ends. But I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. I don't know. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away like lines in the sand? Some people that put their faith into someone who's half their age, reading from a torn out page from a book filled with lies. But I don't know what to do. I'm staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. They are certain of what awaits them when it all ends. But I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away like lines in the sand? I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in this century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in this century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away just like lines in the sand? I'm waiting at the doorstep. I'm finally home. I've been gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it.
Following on from the yarn scraps tags that I showed you in a previous vlog, I just had a bit of an idea and I'm just going with it and seeing what I come up with. I'm always looking for cake toppers and things at birthdays, so just thought I would try stamping one and see where it goes. I have a bit of an idea, a bit of a plan, so I'm going to see if it works out as well as I'm imagining.
You are all I want and more. It's true. If only I
also left with quite a lot of patchwork strips that I haven't yet made into tags, but I am going to. And I got to this one and I just looked at it and thought, there is no way that I could part with that. It's so pretty. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a wee scrap here of a really nice Tilda fabric that's just got like wavy lines. I'm going to turn this gorgeous piece into a bookmark for myself because I just absolutely love everything about it. The fabrics just go so perfectly, and that is just screaming out to be something for me. So I'm going to have a bookmark. That will be the front, and then the stripes on the back. I'll make it a bit thinner because it's quite wide. But yeah, just could not bear to part with that beautiful piece of patchwork. So that one is mine, and the other ones will be getting turned into yarn scraps tags as well in due course.
I've been gone for too long. It's true. If only I could do one thing, I'll be with you. It's true. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Baby, how I need the loving of you.
Whilst I was making use of the patchwork I'd made, I've also made this little label for a friend's birthday, so she can tie that on her project bag or a basket, wherever she's keeping her project. And I've added the gold thread to that one as well, just to make it a little bit special. I think that looks quite good. These kind of things I would be tempted to put in my shop if anybody would be interested in getting things that are personalised. So yeah, I may think about doing a listing for that as well.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanted to give up 'cause nothing was changing.
I'm having a very nice lazy Sunday morning and I'm just hooking up a little gift for a friend to pop in with her birthday gifts. This is called the Citrus Blossom Doily. I thought I was making a small one, but I've accidentally made the big one, so you can see how big it is, and I'm just on the border now. This is a pattern by Lorraine Pugh. It's a free pattern. I got it off Ravelry, I think, and her name there is Crochet, Consciously Crochet. There we go. And the doilies can be made in all different sizes, and you can add different colours in as well. Just printed the pattern in black and white, obviously. And I'm just using one colour. Really nice. And again, getting all caught up. Oops. I'm using the little clips to keep my place, which are perfect. I've also had to get my little cheat sheet out, which converts the US terms to UK, because the pattern is written in American terms, but it's absolutely fine. And I've just had to write out the bubble edging, what do you call it? The scallop edging. I've just had to write that out, but it's very intuitive. It's really easy. It looks a bit scary. I've seen it written down like that, but it's very, very easy. And I've managed to follow the pattern, no problem at all, which is also a good sign. And everything here just looks so pretty, doesn't it? I've got my handmade storage pouch, which I make. I'll be making some more of these soon, so keep an eye out in the shop and on Instagram. Also got my own crochet hook roll. There's a few of these in the shop just now. And I've got my basket of gorgeous yarns, which are just the perfect colours. This is a Rico set, I think they're called Rico Rumi, and it's just the pastels set, I think it was called. I managed to get it in a D-stash, but the colours are just so inspiring and inviting, and they make me want to make lots of things. And a few vlogs ago I showed quite a few mandalas that I've already made. I did some in different colours, and I've now got one sat on my dining table, which is looking lovely lately with little vases of daffodils on it. So I'm just having a rather nice time. I'm going to go and get a shower in a minute and get dressed and decide what to do with the rest of the day. I think I'm going to make some waffles so that we can have them for lunch. I have a 13-year-old child and he's never really up for breakfast, so we tend to have them at lunchtime now, which is perfect. So I think we'll be doing that, and then just a bit of pottering about in the garden really, and I'm probably going to do some knitting. Maybe we'll watch a film. It's the final day of the school holidays. The school goes back tomorrow, so it's going to be a bit of a shock for us. I'll get this finished in just a second, and then I'll go and get on with all of those nice things that I've just mentioned. I've just dug my big scrappy granny stripe blanket out again for the first time in ages. I keep seeing it and the colours just draw me in so much. It's so springtimey, what with the yellow and the pink, like the tulips and daffodils and greens. I think it's the weather that's just making me want to work on it again now, because all the colours starting to come out in the garden as well. And I am a little bit obsessed with plants and flowers. I'm using up literally all of my scraps. So these are all Stylecraft DK and New Fashion DK. Some of which I got, I think I bought some in other people's D-stashes just to get a bit more variety of colours. So I've gone through all of mine and pulled out everything that goes nicely. I have been left with a few sort of, let's just say, ugly colours, like brown and, you know, dark brown stuff that I'm not going to use in this blanket, but they may be useful for another project, so I'm going to keep them aside and just work my way through this stash, because I wasn't really using it for anything else. So I think it was 2 years ago now, 2 years ago in springtime, I started this blanket and I absolutely love it. And it's just one of those projects that I pick up and work on it totally mindlessly, because a granny stripe pattern is so simple. I would go to Attic 24's blog if you want instructions. Very simple, very easy, very intuitive, and just so relaxing. I mean, the hardest decision is which colour to use next, but I mean, it's not really a hardship trying to choose. It's all part of the fun, so really enjoying working on this as well. It's long enough, it will cover my legs, but I want it to be properly long, and it's wide enough, yeah, to fit me under, and I'll end up with a border when I'm done as well, but it's It's one of those projects I'm not going to want to end because I just love working on it so much.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand.
It's Sunday afternoon and I've just spent a nice little bit of time potting on some houseplants that needed new pots. But I also got this new one at the weekend, this new plant, and it just says that it's a sedum and it says Himalaya on the label. I don't think that's its name, I could be wrong. So I've just dug out my houseplant books and I'm going to have a wee look, see what I can find out about this plant, because I do like to just check that I'm putting plants in the right place and spraying them if they want sprayed and stuff like that. The label was very vague as to what it needed. I got it in IKEA. It was twice as big as that, but I've just split it in two and I've put another one in a hanging pot in my dining room window. I think it said it likes quite a bright place. So yeah, I thought I'd split it in two, get two plants. Hopefully both, if not at least one of them, will survive. This is a little peace lily. She's not new. I did have her in a bigger pot and I split that up as well. Unfortunately, the other pieces of it didn't survive, so this is the only surviving piece. I'm hoping it will flower soon. I do spray it quite regularly. It's got quite a bit of new growth. It's got an interesting little bit there that's coming out as a little curl. And it's got new leaves here as well, so hopefully it's quite happy. Yep, I've made myself a hot chocolate. I'm going to get all cosy and sit and read up about my book. My plant. Just come to show you my other plant, and look who's in the garden, some friendly neighbourhood cat. Tilly's not too happy, she's just come in. Garden's looking so colourful right now, which makes me really happy. I've got lots of lovely tulips coming up. I bought these ones from a big multi-pack with peaches and pinks and purples in them. I've got some dotted about the back fence here, you can just see some coming up, but there's more along there, so I'm really excited to get more splashes of colour. Oh, there's a cat come to say hello, and Tilly's at my feet. She's not going to be happy when she sees that cat out the window. So I was just coming to show you my pot here, which is hanging. I've tied it to the curtain rail, so I hope that's okay. And annoyingly, the heart is the wrong way. I'll see how much that annoys me, and I may have to untie it and retie it on so that I can see the heart. But it's a perfect plant for hanging planter. It looks like it's going to trail beautifully, so Again, fingers crossed that it's happy there. And this is my kitchen windowsill. I moved this, what's it called, a Schlumberger? An Easter cactus or Christmas cactus. I moved this over here, and look at all the new growth. All these little red tips are new shoots, new leaves. There are loads. It's a good idea to move these once they've flowered into a darker spot to let them rest, and then back into the light when you think they're going to wake up again. So I've got an aloe vera there. I've got various pots of things that I'm trying to revive. This is a little jade plant or a money plant. I did show a different one in my last vlog, that's up in my sewing room, and I'd said that I'd pinched this one out and you could see all the new growth coming in there, which is great. It's going to branch out rather than just being one long stem. A couple of things in a little vase there, and just seeing if they'll root. This is my little nursery bed. So I had a leaf fall off of my Schlumberger and I can see it's rooting, so that's good. I've got this little succulent, which was a really weird looking one that I managed to get a leaf from, and it's rooted and it's producing more growth, so that's good. And that is, I think they are called house leeks. That's another one I'm going to go and look up in my book actually, because I got a plant in Bargain Corner in Homebase a few weeks ago and it was down really cheap, and I separated it as well, and there was a little bit come off, so I just popped that in there to see if it would root, which it doesn't look like it is, which is kind of annoying, but I have a plant full of them, so a pot full of them. Never mind. And this is a new little addition. We've named him Larry. Joshua chose the name. It's got some flowers on it, which are coming out very slowly, but it has been working away and it has closed up a couple of times. I thought it might help the little flies that we get. We always get loads of flies on the house plants, which is annoying. So we'll see if that helps. And I have a spider plant here, but it's going brown and I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't like being in the window, although it is putting on new growth. And I thought spider plants are indestructible. I seem to keep killing things that are supposed to be really easy to grow. And this is my pelargonium, which I've talked about before. This is the one I took cuttings from a few weeks ago, which I did show on a vlog, and look, this one is going to flower. This one's looking very happy, and I put the cuttings in here so I could see they are just a little froggy. That one is putting on some growth at the top, which hopefully is a good sign. So is the other one. The third one is it's not looking brilliant. I'm not convinced that one's going to grow, but we'll see. I've got plenty of good shoots, good stems here if I want to take more cuttings. But it's going to flower soon, which is going to be lovely because it's way earlier than it would flower if it was out in the garden.
I am sitting at this bar trying to forget all the fun we used to have. Even though I'm better and time has passed, now I wonder where your mind's at. In my dreams I pick you up, I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles, wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue sky within. So deep in you, I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. But get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel your blue sky within. Do you think of me when you're on your way home, holding hands along the tracks? I'm dancing hours away, but I still feel alone. So I go order one more shot. In my dreams I pick you up, I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles, wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue the trips we had, our adventures, all the waterfalls and the wild waters, hanging off the cliffs, counting all the shadows. And now we're in the shadows. I wanna feel your blue sky within, so deep in you. I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. I get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel my blue sky within. I get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel my.
It's the end of April here in Scotland and the weather has taken a real chilly turn. I had to dig out my winter coat again today for going out for a walk. It's been really cold, so I'm just warming up now with a cup of tea in a really cute mug. It's got bunting hearts on it and it says, "A bunting we will go." I thought I would just sit and take some time to show you some things that I've been up to lately. You will have seen a few clips in the video already, but I'm just going to show you a bit more and chat about some of the things that I've been doing whilst warming up at the same time. You'll have seen my shawl that I'm knitting on quite a lot, and I know I showed it in the last vlog as well. I've moved it into one of my fabric baskets just for better storage because it's getting too big for the little bag that it was in. So I thought the basket would be nice, and the basket gets hidden away sometimes and I don't use it, so I thought I'd dig it out and use it. I was wondering how my progress was going because it does feel like I've been knitting on it a lot, and obviously the rows are getting longer now because there's an increase on every row, all the right side rows. So it is getting big. I mean, it's obviously not big enough to wear yet, so I could tell that, but I felt like my cake of yarn was still quite big, so I was curious to see just how much I was going through it. So I weighed it on my little scales. You can buy these tiny little scales which are really cute. Mine goes up to 100 grams I think, so it's great for just weighing out little balls of wool, which I know a lot of us do if we are doing swaps and stuff, so that's perfect. So I weighed it on my scales and it's now just under 50 grams, so I know that I am halfway through, just past halfway through, which is nice to know. I would really like to be wearing this in the chilly autumn. It would be lovely. I've talked about this loads. It's the Playful Shawl. It's a free pattern by Meg Gadsby, I think is the name. I'm using gorgeous Chelsea Luxe yarn. I was very, very lucky to have been sent by a viewer, Diane. I absolutely love the wool and I wanted to make the most of it, hence why it's become a shawl and not a pair of socks or something. And it's knitting up nice and squishy. It is 4-ply and I'm using, what am I using? Maybe, they must be a size 4 needle, I think. It's never clear what size needle you have. And there is my perfect chance to give my little needle gauges a plug. So you can get needle gauges in my shop. Very useful because, as I say, you never know what size needles are. Yeah, that's a 4. So it's making it nice and squishy. And I'm just knitting a row or two on that whenever I can. And it's very good mindless knitting, which is just what I like. So I've got that on the go. And of course my big scrappy blanket is still on the go. I love this so much. It's now got so much weight to it. It's going to be really nice to have on me when it's done because it's just got that nice weight that just makes you feel like in a hug. So yeah, I've been doing a row or two here or there on this as well, but I think I said last time it's one of those projects now. It's getting quite big and I don't want it to end, so I'm rationing myself a bit. But that sits next to me on the couch here as well, so I can pick that one up as and when I wish. I have been doing a bit of reading as well. I got sent some amazing surprise gifts in the mail, which was just, oh, felt so nice. I know that in our little crafty community we are always sending our friends things in the post, little random acts of kindness, little things like saw this and thought of you, or that kind of thing. So my friend Sarah and I have for a couple of years now been sending each other stuff kind of out of the blue. and she's been amazing at it, to be honest. She's really spoilt me, so last Christmas I decided that I would give her a real surprise and put together a little advent for her, just as a surprise, and it felt really good for me as the sender to know that I was passing on a little bit of that happiness, and she was delighted to receive it. And just before the Easter holidays I received a box in the mail completely out of the blue, just because kind of little gifts in it, which felt amazing, and I decided to ration myself with those little gifts over the holidays, just when I had quiet time or if I felt like I needed, you know, something happy or whatever. So I opened the gifts very randomly, just as and when I wanted to. One of the gifts was this book, and it's called The Botanist's Daughter by Kate Nunn, and I started reading it just pretty much straight away actually, because I just finished my last book, and you can see how far I got through it, pretty far. Again, same with the blanket. I don't want to keep reading this too fast now because I don't want it to end. I'm really, really enjoying it. It is actually set between two different time periods, so one part of the story is in the present day and the other part is in 1886. And I didn't think I'd like the bits set in the past, but they are actually my favourite parts. So yeah, I am not very good at choosing books out of my comfort zone, so when somebody sends me a book I do always try and give it a chance, but I'm loving this, really, really enjoying it. Yeah, it's not obvious to me at all where the story's going to go, which is great, and it's just a really nice story about two women. But yeah, loving that book. And I think you may have also seen some footage of my new bookmark. And I showed the Patchwork a couple of vlogs ago because it was just too nice for me to do anything else with it, like cut it up. So I thought I'm going to make that into a bookmark. Put a nice bit of like lace ribbon at the top there, which I think finishes it off just beautifully. I love that. I think it's broderie on glaze. And I've backed it with a tilde stripe, but it's a kind of slightly wonky stripe, which I really like. So absolutely love, love, love my new bookmark. Very pretty. So that is in my new book as well, and I'm trying to read that usually in the bath actually. Yeah. What else have I been working on? Been working on some pouches, which you'll have seen in the video I think already. If not, then there's some footage to come. I'm going to get them in the shop hopefully by the time the video goes out. I feel like I've got lots of jobs to try and tick off this week. The lifestyle boxes have started to go out this week as well, which feels good. I posted those yesterday and today. I've got a bit of footage of what went in them in terms of the packages. I haven't obviously shown the contents yet. There are still a few left, so if you'd like to get one, go over to my shop and grab one. These are boxes for anyone who enjoys nature, flowers, animals, being outdoors, anything like that. You do not need to have a garden, you'll still be able to make full use of all the bits and pieces in the boxes. And again, they've all been chosen by me as products and items that will allow you to just stop and enjoy and maybe get a bit creative and just have a bit of me time, all with a sort of garden theme, I guess. So yeah, they're in the shop now if you'd like to get one, and they'll be shipped out immediately. Basically, I post on a Tuesday and a Friday, so they'll get sent out next posting day. And another thing that I wanted to show actually, which was in the box of goodies from Sarah. I could not believe when I opened this package. She had knitted me socks. Oh my goodness. I could not. It's so overwhelming to have a package from someone and they've included something as amazing as hand knit socks when you know how much work goes into socks as well, and it's just such a, oh, such a nice present, just full of love. So absolutely over the moon with these, and they fit perfectly, and I have no idea how she knew my sock size. And as I was laying stuff out for the video, I realised that they're a perfect colour match for the shawl, like absolutely perfect. So come the autumn, I'm going to be perfectly matched in beautiful handmade goodies. So the yarns are very similar. I would imagine that that's a self-striping yarn. Yeah, it's definitely a self-striping yarn, isn't it? But what a perfect match, and it's very Neapolitan ice cream as well. So yeah, I've been a very, very lucky girl in terms of getting sent some gorgeous treats